There's a pretty controversial moment in the War Arc when Naruto in his KCM mode fights against Edo Tensei Itachi and they have this Taijutsu bout. No one seems to agree what exactly was going on at that moment. A lot of people were saying that Naruto was holding back because they were talking about Sasuke and what happened to him, and other people say that, oh no, it's actually Itachi who's quote-unquote holding back because he's an Edo Tensei, not at full power, and also Kabuto wasn't controlling him to go full force, so he was on quote-unquote autopilot. And so you see a bazillion arguments depending on whose character the person wants to win or be stronger. Well, Itachi's faster, Naruto's faster. So what the hell is actually going on in that fight? Let's try and determine how fast Edo Itachi actually was compared to Naruto. Was he holding back or was Itachi not at full power? What's important to take a look here is not exactly pixels, because scaling through pixels and measurements in the panel is one of the dumbest things you could do, because obviously Kishimoto and pretty much any mangaka is not paying attention to the amount of pixels on screen. What we have to take a look at is the author's intention, and this is a much more interesting thing regardless, because rather than just trying to determine who's stronger for the sake of it, we can take a look at how the story was written to symbolize the strength, and in this case, the speed of the characters. KCM Naruto is obviously set up as an extremely fast character, the fastest version of Naruto we had ever seen up until that point. This is literally set up from the very first attack KCM Naruto throws with that punch against Kisame in the Turtle Island right after Naruto got KCM before he had trained in it. And also when KCM Naruto fought against the 4th Raikage. Well, it wasn't exactly a fight to the death or anything, but it was important to depict Naruto's speed. And that happened a few hours before Naruto clashed against Edo Itachi, so it's an important benchmark for the character. And among other things, that fight was supposed to show how fast KCM Naruto truly was, because the 4th Raikage was considered to be by pretty much everyone the fastest ninja alive at that point of the story. So much so that we got to see a flashback of the 4th Raikage fighting against Minato, the greatest speedster to ever live, and he was fighting Minato in a battle of speed. Now yes, the 4th Raikage got outclassed by Minato, but eventually B managed to kinda convince Minato to go away. But Minato himself recognized the Raikage, well, or the future Raikage at that point, as a very powerful ninja that had potential. And we already knew how fast the Raikage was ever since we saw him fighting in the 5 Kage Summit. Naruto was able to follow the Raikage's movements in his version 1 lightning cloak, and then when the Raikage powers up, he dodges a version 2 attack. And that's what convinces the Raikage to let Naruto and B go and fight in the war, because, well, they're powerful enough to even dodge me, so go ahead, help us out. So naturally, Kishimoto's intention with that fight was to show that Naruto was extremely fast. Now, was he running circles around the Raikage? Obviously not. Was he even faster than the Raikage? Well, that's kind of implied, but Naruto dodged one pretty fast punch from the Raikage, but it doesn't mean he was faster overall. It is very much implied that the two characters were relative to each other, pretty much at the same level of speed. Because Naruto dodged one punch, yes, he dodged using sheer speed, because KCM doesn't really have a precognition type of ability like Sage Mode or the Sharingan, but we see time and time again in the Naruto series that it is possible to dodge attacks from somebody much faster than you if you have a good reaction time. And we're gonna come back to that later. Now, when Naruto clashes against Edo Itachi, there are a few things we have to take into account. Yes, they are talking about Sasuke and what happened to him because Itachi's obviously curious to know, and Naruto also needed to know some information from Itachi, so it was just very useful for them to exchange information there. And this is quite literally the first thing people bring up when they say that Naruto was holding back. However, this is pretty much completely contradicted by what Naruto tells B before the fight even starts, which is that Itachi is extremely powerful and in a lot of trouble. Naruto was so weary of Itachi, he told B that if he gets hit by Amaterasu or Tsukuyomi, it's GG, there's nothing B can do about it, which is true. I mean, B knows about Amaterasu because he literally got hit by it and beaten by it in the past, but Tsukuyomi is also a massive problem because being a perfect Jinchuriki is not gonna help you out here. the 8 tails wouldn't be able to break B out because the genjutsu lasts for a split second in the real world. There isn't time for it to get broken out of it, and you're going to experience the entire time of anguish that Itachi puts you through regardless. So Naruto was very cautious and pretty much frightened of Itachi's power going into that fight. Why would Naruto be holding back? Now yes, they had to trade intel, so Naruto wouldn't be trying to destroy Itachi from the get-go, but why would be holding back his speed more specifically? Why would Naruto be risking getting caught by some of Itachi's jutsus that he himself said were extremely dangerous? If Naruto could completely outclass Itachi in terms of speed, he could just run circles around him, completely avoid his attacks. Maybe even punch Itachi in the stomach or something to incapacitate the Edo Tensei but still let Itachi speak. But no, Naruto has to block Itachi's attacks, and Itachi actually managed to make Naruto fall back and puts KCM Naruto in the defensive with Taijutsu alone. Killer Bee, who's fighting alongside Naruto, is also pretty fast, obviously not as fast as KCM Naruto, but he joins the fight and Itachi is able to dodge Bee and Naruto at the same time. And you have to consider that Bee is taking into account Naruto's advice that Itachi's jutsus are extremely dangerous, and he wouldn't be holding back either. And think about this for the author's perspective. When Itachi and Nagato are going to fight against Naruto and Killer Bee, two of the strongest Akatsuki members, two extremely important previous antagonists in the series, are going to fight against the main character and his perfect Jinchuriki sensei. This fight's supposed to be a very hype fight. And the last thing Naruto did pretty much was to dodge the fastest ninja alive, signifying that he is extremely fast, and now Itachi, this extremely hyped character, is trading blows with Naruto. Not only that, but in terms of speed, Itachi also manages to dodge completely out of Killer Bee's sword barrage when he uses 26 billion swords all over his body and spins, which Sasuke, when he fought against Killer Bee, had a lot of trouble dodging and actually got hit. Edo Itachi was doing so casually. So it just doesn't make sense for characters to be holding back against each other in this particular situation, especially with the entire build-up Kishimoto did for KCM Naruto. And we also have to take into account what happens later in the fight after Itachi breaks free from the Edo Tensei control using Koto Amatsukami. Itachi saves Killer Bee and Naruto from certain death after they were caught by Nagato. If it wasn't by Itachi, Naruto's soul would have been yanked out, and Killer Bee would have been shot by the Astropath's cannon. They would have both died. That was Kabuto's plan. He was controlling Nagato, doing all those things, and Itachi quite literally saved the day in the world at that time, because if they were captured, it would be the end of the world, pretty much. Itachi also develops the plan to counter Chibaku Tensei, one of the strongest jutsus ever been shown up until that point of the story. He does that in 3 seconds, and he also seals Nagato. He carries the entire fight against Nagato, and he is depicted as a much more capable ninja than Naruto and Killer Bee in that fight. This is the message Kishimoto was sending in that fight, so yeah, Itachi being at a similar tier of speed as KCM Naruto makes sense, because he is supposed to be a higher level of ninja. Even if his physical capabilities may be nerfed by the Edo Tensei, he's not sick in the Edo Tensei mode, so it would be as if a healthy Itachi quote-unquote is brought back by Edo Tensei, and so he wouldn't be limited by that disease, whatever it is. However, Itachi is not faster than KCM Naruto. He's actually slower. And then you may ask, well, but you just said they're relative to each other. Well, relative doesn't mean the same speed. We see several times in the Naruto series that characters can dodge, react, or block attacks faster than they are. Sasuke in the 5 Kage Summit managed to dodge an elbow strike from the Raikage and land a Chidori on him, doing some damage. He was also able to create an Amaterasu shield to block the Raikage's attacks. A Sage Mode Naruto clone was able to dodge and counterattack the 3rd Raikage in the War Arc. Now obviously the level of speed cannot be too different, otherwise you simply cannot react to it. You may see what's coming, but your body doesn't move fast enough. That's exactly what was happening during the Sasuke versus Rock Lee fight before the Chunin exams. Sasuke used the Sharingan and he could theoretically see Rock Lee's movements, but his body couldn't follow them. So you have to be at a similar tier of speed, but you can still be slower and dodge strikes. And this is exactly what Itachi is doing here. He may be slower than KCM Naruto, but he has the Sharingan and he has Precognition. And also Itachi is extremely intelligent. He's amazing at reading other people's movements, not just because he has the Sharingan, but simply because he is smart. So he can press against KCM Naruto with Taijutsu alone, even though KCM Naruto may be faster than him. The clear idea of that fight is to hype Itachi up, stating that he is at a similar tier of speed, but not as fast as KCM Naruto, because he is at a level reaching the fastest characters alive at the moment. And even when Itachi was alive, he was relative, if not faster than heavy Sasuke, who was casually blitzing Team Kakashi in the Tenchi Bridge arc. When Sasuke was reintroduced in Naruto Shippuden, he was the fastest character we had knowledge of that was alive, until we see Itachi handling Sasuke in their fatidical fight. But obviously Itachi was holding back in that fight, and that is confirmed because of everything surrounding that battle in the story, and that Itachi was also sick and not at his prime physique. So when Edo Itachi doesn't have that kind of issue, and he has a Sharingan that can still predict movements, he is going to be able to counter KCM Naruto's Taijutsu. And this actually remains consistent because Edo Itachi goes on to fight alongside EMS Sasuke against Sage Kabuto, and he is fighting pretty much in a relative speed all the time alongside EMS Sasuke. If not even faster than him. There are several times in that fight that Itachi seems to have a better reaction time than EMS Sasuke, and later on, EMS Sasuke is fighting alongside KCM 1.5 and also KCM 2 Naruto against Ten Tails Obito. And they were also being supported by Minato and Tobirama 2 speedsters, so obviously Sasuke was fast as hell, and Edo Itachi was fighting alongside him. And when we go back and see that Edo Itachi was relative to KCM 1, it just makes sense. Everything Itachi did in the War Arc was supposed to be a statement of his power and prowess as a character. And that includes being able to react, to punch back, to be relative in speed to one of the fastest characters in the verse, which was KCM Naruto at that point. Naruto was obviously not holding back. He was talking to Itachi as they were swapping blows, but he was still very much weary of Itachi. He wouldn't be pulling back on his speed, especially. A lot of people say that, oh, how can they focus on their fighting if they are talking at the same time? That makes no sense, but like, what do you even mean? You can do very taxing and difficult things as you're talking. Have you heard about fighter pilots who pull 9Gs and still communicate with each other via comms? These two ninjas are in the top tiers of strength and power in the verse, so obviously they would be able to talk even if they're going really fast, and that was by Kishimoto's design. He needed Edo Itachi to feel powerful because he needed to deliver the character as a powerhouse, both for in and out of universe situations. The fandom very much demanded Itachi to be an extremely powerful character, so showcasing his speed against KCM Naruto was a perfect way to do it. And Itachi is simply the better ninja in that fight. Out of those four, he completely schooled them, like all three of them. So it would make no sense from just a storytelling perspective if Itachi was watching Naruto running around him in circles. Itachi was supposed to feel more capable than Naruto in that point of the story because he is going to deliver pretty much a talk no jutsu to Naruto at the end of it, telling Naruto that it's not becoming Hokage that's gonna make you be recognized by the village, it's being recognized by the village that's gonna make you Hokage. It tells Naruto not to forget his friends, and this is one of the biggest lessons Naruto learns in the entire series pretty much. But the lesson wouldn't be nearly as impactful if Naruto was schooling Itachi in any way. So much so that he wasn't. I mean, if it wasn't for Itachi, Naruto would be dead. And this very much applies to Itachi's and Naruto's speed as well. Was Itachi faster than Naruto? No, but he could react to his movements because of the Sharingan. Was Naruto holding back against Itachi? No, he obviously wouldn't hold back against somebody he thought was extremely dangerous for a good reason. Watch this video right here for more cool Naruto content. Definitely like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Ring the notification as well. This helps me with the YouTube algorithm and it helps you get the videos first. Thank you so much for watching.